during the welcoming reception, I had a pretty interesting chat with our buddy Mike Lentini over there from SPIROL. We were sitting there, and he was telling me about a new product that they're offering over there called ArmorGalv.
Okay. Of course, I didn't have that benefit. I was too busy manning booths and things like that. You're the one that wanders around the floor all the time.
Well, this is a finishing process, and generally I don't get all that jazzed up about that unless it has something specifically to do with hydrogen embrittlement.
Yeah, I knew that would be the whole thing that would have suddenly caught your attention.
That's right. And in this case, one of the other cool things, Tom Mazer from American Fastener Journal came up during our conversation, and as it turns out in the January-February issue of that magazine, there's a story about this, a white paper actually, that's on page 50. You can check that out. But we figured to dig into this a little bit more, we'd invite somebody over there at SPIROL to give us some of the lowdown, because it does sound like an exciting thing. Brian, I know you're a pretty technical guy when it comes to processes like this, and so we invited Christie Jones from SPIROL International Corporation. She joins us now. Hey, Christie.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
Never better.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
How come we didn't see you out there in Long Beach?
Yeah.
Well, Mike Lentini, he's quite the personality. So he's short in stature, but very big in personality. He can handle it himself.
You got that right. We already discussed the Irish jig contest that went down, and he did a great job over there. Hey, before we talk a little bit about ArmorGalv, give us the thumbnail on SPIROL.
So SPIROL is a global manufacturer of engineered fasteners. And we're started in 1948, and pretty much anything that can be joined together is a potential user of our products. So right now we produce over 2 billion components a year, and we have about 15,000 customers worldwide.
Okay, that makes you rather large, right?
But one of the biggest things I want to stress about SPIROL is, while we're a manufacturer of fasteners, where we really offer value to our customers is through application engineering support. So rather than just supplying product, we want to help make sure that customers are selecting the right fasteners so that their assemblies go together and stay together for the intended life of the assembly.
Okay, most of us driving over bridges or doing whatever, happy that that's what you're trying to do.
Yes, you're welcome.
or flying in airplanes or lots of things.
Exactly.
Enter ArmorGalv. Give us the general rundown. Mike schooled me on this a little bit. I know you can do probably a better job, and why don't you do that and let our listeners know. What's this all about?
All right, so ArmorGalv is a thermal diffused zinc. It's actually been around a long time. Historically, it's been known as a term called sheridizing. But over the years, there's been a lot of improvements made to the sheridizing process. And so where you have seen ArmorGalv but probably don't recognize what it is, you see them every day. You see ArmorGalv on street lamps. They're used on boat anchors, very large products that require a lot of corrosion protection because they're exposed to the elements. SPIROL is the first company to bring ArmorGalv to the fastener industry, and we are super jazzed up about it because we really believe that this is a revolutionary product for the industry.
So then, given all the other types of coatings, tell us why this is revolutionary. What's so amazing about this thermal diffusion process? What's so great about it?
So first and foremost, corrosion protection. ArmorGalv offers over 1,000 hours of protection to red rust.
That's good.
To Eric's favorite topic of hydrogen embrittlement, there's zero risk of hydrogen embrittlement. So whereas there are some other coatings out there that will provide 1,000 hours or close to 1,000 hours, those coatings, either you run the risk of having hydrogen embrittlement, or when the product is pressed into a hole or somehow it's scraped, the coating can actually scrape off of the product. This is hard and highly abrasion resistant, so you don't have to worry about the coating coming off of it. There's no plating, no flaking, peeling, or blistering. Furthermore, this process in coating the fasteners, it actually turns the zinc into a vapor. So anywhere the vapor can get to, the product is coated. So where I'm going with this is that there's zero insignificant surfaces. Zero insignificant surfaces. So if you have a long tubular part and the vapor can get into the ID of that part, you're coated inside and out. That is unheard of in the fastener industry.
We were talking before we turned the recorder on, Christie, and you had brought the term significant surfaces in, just for folks who aren't real conversant in the treating, the plating world. Please define that further for us.
So in various salt spray procedures, there's a salt spray procedure for ASTM. It's ASTM B117. There is a specific description of what a significant surface is. And I don't have that spec in front of me right now, but I believe it is defined as a significant surface is anywhere a 1/8 diameter ball bearing touches around the entire surface would be considered a significant surface. So if you took, for example, the underside of a headed fastener, well, where the head and the body diameter of the fastener come together, in that little radius there, that would be considered insignificant, because if you were to put a ball bearing in that area, it wouldn't touch where the head and the body of the fastener came together, just as an example of significant surface. So again, with the ArmorGalv coating, there are no insignificant surfaces. The entire fastener is coated.
So then another question, if this is such a great process, and you can stick it on an anchor and it can protect the anchor from rusting away, it's clearly pretty good. Why is it taken so long to get to an industry that, is spends a lot of time worrying about these two things, hydrogen embrittlement and the salt spray protection? Why is it taken so long to get this industry?
That is a great question, Brian. And I don't know. I mean, I know that, like I said earlier, there have been some improvements in the process itself. But, in order for SPIROL to offer ArmorGalv, we had to make a significant investment in equipment. And as such, that in itself, the company has to be strong enough to be able to make the investment in that equipment. And fortunately, SPIROL is in that position to do so. So we're very proud and excited about this new introduction.
Well, interestingly for me, I mean, I'm sort of used to people saying, well, you won't have any of these on your site. So I did a search actually on, through 1.5 million different line items on our site. I found one single fastener that had ArmorGalv protection. That's pretty rare in 1.5 million different line items, okay?
Sounds like the market's wide open for you there, Christie.
Yeah, we're hoping so. Well, I'll say one other thing, in addition to the equipment, there's a lot of development that goes into the process itself and coming up with the recipe, if you will, on how to apply ArmorGalv to the various types of fasteners. So it's not just a matter of buying equipment and turning it on and just start ArmorGalving parts. There's a significant development process that has to take place as well. So we're there. We're ready to go.
Good. Okay. So you introducing this to the industry, because it seems just, I'm not that knowledgeable in this, but from what I've read and looked at, and it seems pretty slick to me.
We're speaking with Christie Jones of SPIROL International Corporation. She's spearheading introducing this to the fastener industry. And if you're looking for more information on the subject of ArmorGalv, get out to the SPIROL website. There's a white paper available out there. That's what we've been referencing during the conversation here. Full of information. They'll be updating that, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Now, Christie, I understand that as you're introducing this product, it's on a given commodity category group. And can you explain that? And what are the plans for expanding the commodities, the categories, and so forth that you'll be able to use this application on?
Correct. Yeah. So we're initially launching this on our tubular roll-formed products. So that includes our roll-formed spacers, compression limiters, dowels, and bushings. And the reason why we have this sort of sequence introduction for the products is, as I mentioned earlier, there is a significant development process where each type of product requires a separate recipe. We're starting with the tubular product line because when we talk about significant surfaces, hollow parts are known for rusting from the inside out because you can't get coating into the inner diameter of a hollow part. Yeah. Fortunately, again, with ArmorGalv, you have complete coverage. So we're starting with the tubular line because that's where we see the greatest benefit, but then we will be proliferating that out to the other product lines. Next will probably be our coiled spring pins and then our slotted spring pins. I don't have a timeline for that yet, but I would imagine in this calendar year we will be seeing it getting rolled out for those other product lines. So definitely heading into 2018, you'll be seeing the coiled pins and slotted pins with ArmorGalv.
Oh, okay.
Got it. So I guess, in other words, what you're telling us is there's a significant advantage, especially on those hollowed parts right now.
Absolutely, yes. And that's, again, where we see a lot of the request for the super high corrosion resistance, because these parts are used in the undercarriages of cars, for example, where it's just constantly exposed to the elements. So we tried to take it by product line based on market need, and to us that seemed like the most logical place to start.
Yeah, especially in Chicago, there's a lot of need for salt spray protection, okay?
Yes, even in April.
Yeah.
Christie Jones, SPIROL International Corporation, thanks for filling us in a little bit more on ArmorGalv. Hope we see you out there this October in Vegas to give us a little bit more information. I'm sure you'll have some developments then, and we sure do appreciate you joining us on Fully Threaded.
Thank you so much. You didn't see me in Long Beach. You absolutely will see me in Vegas. And we will have some updates by then on our ArmorGalv offering as well. So thank you so much for having me on as well. We really appreciate the opportunity to get the word out to the industry.
You bet. Once again, folks, that white paper is available at SPIROL.com. And we'll be back with more Fully Threaded Radio right after this.